here. When you look at no Tatum, Porzingis, and Holiday, Jaylen Brown, 32 points in his last 5 games. Now, here's where it gets a little bit complicated here. We go number 4. I got to put Toronto still there. I know they've lost 3 in a row right now, but they're 15-10. Okay. The Raptors at number 4. 5 is basically flip a coin, and I'm going to basically base it off a little bit of last year. Cleveland, 14-11 here, but they've been so inconsistent this year. I don't know kind of who they are right now, but we can talk about Atlanta, Orlando, Philadelphia, Miami, who's lost, I think, 3 or 4 in a row here. But as you can see, this Eastern Conference is wide open, but I do think it starts with the Detroit Pistons at number 1.
I mean, they're playing great basketball, Monica. The Knicks are right there, obviously, and the Celtics a little bit of a surprise, I think, to some, along with the Raptors. But the Eastern Conference, everybody knocked it, man, in the offseason. Yeah. The Eastern Conference is tight right now.
You're right. So I like this league, Bobby. I don't know. I'm most curious about, for me, the Rockets. How sustainable this is. I think Arthur there just has an injury thing. He's going to be out for 2 days versus the Knicks. I think with the Celtics, though, to me, I'm with you. I think in the offseason, everybody's like, oh, Jason Tatum.
Superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar.
Oh, Jason Tatum. Don't get me wrong. Excellent, powerful, Olympian, all the things. But it's not like that team was completely decimated without talent. And the Knicks were just there. Matter of fact, these are the highlights. I will say that game clearly had a revenge feel when the Knicks were in Boston, considering what the Knicks did last year during the postseason. But Jordan Walsh is flying under the radar. Derek White has sort of been up and down in terms of his confidence, but obviously had a really good game the other night. I think Jaylen Brown has taken this responsibility to kind of keep this team on the track in terms of what they're accustomed to in Boston. And of course, Joe Mazzulla is a madman, so I knew that this group was still going to play hard and put their best foot forward.
We got to put respect on Jaylen Brown's name, man. Like, he was the MVP of the finals 2 years ago. It's forgotten. He's averaging almost 30 a game. No one's talking about it. He's been incredible. They lost all these guys. Joe Mazzulla's doing a fantastic job. This is a Celtics team that started off slow. They don't have Jason Tatum. But, hey, I'm just, like, the way they're continuing to play, the way their camaraderie is getting, and other guys are starting to come around. What are they going to be in April, March, if Tatum can come back? And I know I said something. People were mad at me when I said that he might be back late in the season based on the source I had. I don't know, man. If he's back, this wide open East thing might be a lot different.
Not as wide open?
It'd be the biggest non-traded team can make.
Right.
When you had a player off the injury list like him. But they've been able to sustain it. And usually you get an idea as far as who a team is after 25 games. Here, I'm not saying they're going to be 15 and 2, but this team can do something, right? If you beat every night in the Eastern Conference, they're going to hang around 3 or 4.
I find Chris Paul was back in the gym, in the lab, working out. He waits to find out what's next after the Clippers sent him home last week. Mark, you reported last week that Paul would be open to moving to another team, even in the East. But as the next steps in CP3's basketball future are TBD, let's get into a time machine and look back at the anniversary of the biggest could have been moment in Paul's career. Let's flash back to SportsCenter and a Lakers trade that almost happened.
In a fast-paced world of trading, leaders can help you stay on top of the market. With key market data and insights, trading is now easy. I can use intuitive chart engines to identify trends and patterns, navigating the market with ease. And the smart analyses can quickly unveil strategies matched to my risk-reward profile. From potential profit and loss to probability of success, I can compare and choose which best suits me. What's more,
Cedric is not overly confident going into this match.
On the day that the NBA is officially open for business and training camps will open everywhere, the league involved in a major controversy. The 3-team deal that would have sent the Hornets fist called the Lakers rejected by the league, which currently has ownership over the Hornets franchise. This reportedly after David Stone heard from other angry owners about the proposed deal. Now, here's the way it would have gone down according to sources. The Lakers would have received Chris Paul. The Rockets would have got Alderson. The Hornets would have ended up with 4 players and a draft pick, a package highlighted by Lamar Odom. Shout out to Roflo there, Robert Flores, 14 years ago. Mark. Now, you spoke to CP3.
What did he tell you about what's going on with his goal?
In terms of this trade, before the season started, he told me that he had a great conversation with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, but Byron, once the bell rings, he is the epitome of
at some
extreme
point,
high
he's
risk,
going to relay that conversation and what he and Kobe talked about. He also said in terms of Kobe, he doesn't even think about it on his phone. He just tries to put in his mind. He just hasn't talked to him.
Monica, how do you see Chris Paul's story?
I hope not like this. I don't know. And I know sometimes we've been thinking about it for a couple days about where would we want him to go. And it's a little bit complicated because at this point in his career, I don't know that a contender needs his help. And obviously, I think a large part of the legacy conversation around him is championship that he's not yet necessarily gotten. So that's not good. I don't know that going to some of these other organizations and being an additional veteran sort of leader, is that placating a guy who deserves better? This one has been a really puzzling for me. The one thing I did think about, I gotta keep thinking about it, was maybe in Atlanta. But again, you have to look and see what, do they have a guy that was away? Like, can that even be a real thing?
Luckily, they are one of 10 teams that have a roster spot, and they're really the only team that's not impacted by the luxury tax or these apron rules and everything like that. I think it's going to be interesting. A week from now is December 15th. That's when this trade market is going to open up. Does the Clippers trade him? Is there a team out there? Certainly the team across the street here. The Lakers have an open roster spot, but they can't sign a player until January 19th here. But as Mark was saying, it's not going to end with Chris Paul hitting the waivers and basically his career being over. I do think he'll be on a roster. I don't know if it's going to be in January or February, but sometime over the next few months.
Okay. Well, we'll certainly keep tabs on how this situation continues to unfold. Milestone moment for James Harden Saturday against the Timberwolves with 34 points in the game. Harden moved past Carmelo Anthony for 10th on the all-time scoring list. Harden needs just another about 300 points or so to pass Shaquille O'Neal at 9th. Given his average of 27 points per game, Shaq will be moving down in about 11 contests. Time to take a look at the top of James Harden's career. All right, let's stop here. Top ankle breaker, 2015, Ricky Rubio. Those ankles. Yeah. Wes Johnson followed by the stare down. So,
Mohawk James Harden?
Yeah, Wes Johnson right there. That's the one. I remember when I was watching that one. I was at a restaurant, and I looked up, and I was like, oh, no, he didn't do that.
That is disrespectful.
Yeah. Then a year later, he got Jamal Murray.
That's okay, young Jamal. That's okay, you'll be all-star, don't worry about it.
So that's just the ankle breakers. Now let's go to the top rack attack. Shout out Iron Eagle. 2010, coast to coast on J.J. Hickson. You think he still has those?
Thunder James Harden.
2014, though.
Golly.
Watch this one. You go baseline on Aaron Bain.
Come on, this has gone way too far. Just stop this already.
Now we're going to go top reactions.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
2015 versus the Nets. Watch this one. There you go. Ready? There it is. Look it up. 2023 Clippers Harden hits the wing three and the snow angel. Oh my God. And last season, Junior Combo had a penalty, and then look this. Top winning time moments here. Clutch time in 2019.
Sometimes you'll see a single competitor notch multiple gauntlet eliminations, but that's got to be easier said than done. No doubt about it. The key is
there we go. OT and all in 2019. Gets this one a great play. That's great ball body, too.
Sent right into the corner.
Yeah, not safe for one way for Jeff. James Harden joins LeBron and Kevin Durant, the all-time top 10 scoring list. It's the first time 3 active pairs have all been in the top 10 since Malone, Jordan, and Hakeem did it back
in 2002. Harden posted this on IG after passing Melo on the all-time list. Easily sniper, otherwise known as Kevin Durant. So King James, we all Durant the list. We all do this. So, Bobby, how will Harden's think leader? I feel like there's 5 different lives of James Harden. Oklahoma City, Houston, Brooklyn, Philly, and of course the thing that I really suspect in Houston here, when you look at the dominance that James Harden was able to do, he was putting up 50-point games that is now we're talking about here, when you're talking about like the legend of James Harden here. It's a shame as far as how it ended, and it's a shame how it ended in Brooklyn, but I think that dominance in recent 5 years was just tremendous.
I think the dominance, I think in the modern NBA, I want to go back to the Thunder years, because it's like, this was a big 3, right? The big 3 before we get to this iteration of the Thunder. So the idea of what could have potentially been, I think that actually dominant was great.
Yeah, they love that. So glad for your ladies out there too in a similar way. But I was thinking of shit and bad way like CP didn't like the next thing. Let's go next time.
She overcomes the pinfall attempt. Impressive to not even allow a 2 count at this juncture.
I recently purchased the most popular glucose meter online and decided to test it with you. If you have diabetes or know anyone dealing with it, you'll understand how annoying fingers can be. The glucose changes everything. It's a needle-free glucose meter boasting 99.9% accuracy. All I did was place the finger on the sensor and in seconds got an accurate result. There was no pain, no hassle, and I didn't have to use any disposable strips at all. Click here now to learn more and discover what's in the breakthrough today.
Right across the back. That showed a complete lack of respect for your competition and for our sport. Oh, jump shots. Body slam slipped out. There's the kick.
Shows the hunger for a win here tonight.
Clearing off the announce table. This can't be good.
Nothing but bad intentions in mind, I'm sure.
There's press. Hammered away.
You can't get caught in a hailstorm like that if you want to win.
Flag drop. Sister out again. And shoulders are down. 2. And Charles is
Six is rocking the all-black covered classics. As you see that. Let's get back to November 2002. LeBron, 2 weeks into the NBA career playing against Spurs. And you see him there against those Philadelphians. Now let's get to Sunday night, first quarter. LeBron flying down the lane for the tomahawk dagger. Fighting back his hands and turns. Now let's get to Luka. Daddy Luka's back in the house. Recorded 49-20, 30-point triple-double. Now only serving Mr. Rockets in both in NBA history. Is that any time ready? That's no problem. Fourth quarter, Sixers down 4. Tyrese Maxey in action here. Gets the mini. Hitting within 2. A few minutes later, Luka showing off the mid-range. LA back up 4. 4.5 to play. Lakers up 2. Luka finds LeBron. Hits the deep 2. Foot on the line. Then, fitting down 2. Joel Embiid goes to work. Free-throw line jumper is field. Game time at 105. Then it's drawn time. LeBron, contested 3. And then, for an empty field possession, LeBron, again, step back. You got it. Okay, James finished with a season high 29 off that 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Lakers get the win. Here's LeBron. After putting his crown on after the game. See a finisher and a crown or celebration or anything? Absolutely. Let's see the first time.
to giddy up and to them up. You get
Charlotte just rubbing it in now. Check out this strong. Yeah, first the offense. Wyatt's got the claw. A sickening delivery from Bray. Oh my God, did you see that? Kick out at one. Very few superstars possess the fortitude to do what we just witnessed. Very few.
All right, Mark, I'm going to show you.
This match just
What do you want me to show you right now?
and Bray probably will see this as more chance to make his own brand of
I said, he's a man, and he's not a machine, and so it's some people involved. Nice, man. I mean, I was really LeBron, he was amazing. And the Jets thing is when you what you call him, Austin Reed. I mean, don't call him skinny, you're supposed to outrun him down here, man. This is going to be one of the greatest third scores to lead the scene. I mean, that's your third score, and he could do that when they need him to do it, but the good thing is he doesn't have to do that all the time. So to me, it's nostalgic seeing him back in Philly, and the $1 million question is how much longer does he have? So he's in Philly, he's station. It's always going to be up to the team. Michael, you're on the West Coast. What do you think of the team that is the most beloved on the West Coast?
Okay, and here's the thing. To Mike's point, if you guys realize from the Roman strategy, you don't have the opportunity to turn back their hands of time in space. You expect we're going to have sort of this productivity gap, efficiency from the over this season in season 23? But to Mike's point, he's in a position now where you look at the attention that Austin was down, you look at the attention that Austin with the Diamond down, he just has to pick his spots. And when you look at it, comparison last night, this Austin is operating in that pick and roll, right? They're the line, it's a good in those situations. The defense actually is playing for the first time in however long. Almost loses touching the ball range, and that allows you to start for this easy play after the high flying. You've always been a terrific facilitator. We know that about his game, and that has stood the test of time. Same thing here. You just have to leave LeBron James covering the pick and roll or the screen action. Like, I think for me, he is taking advantage of his teammates. There's something that they've done, and we all know the basketball team is outstanding. So he's going to be able to find the spots.
I thought him being out the first month of the season was probably the best thing for LeBron. Of course, he is next year going to start getting his lungs back, getting back in good shape here. I think it's basically going to prolong him this year as far as the level of play. And you can look back before that game and what he did in Toronto and certainly Chicago, and the scoring streak was snapped. The next game here, the fourth quarter last night was vintage LeBron. Remember, this is a player that shot 7 of 26 from 3 prior to last night. Last night, 4 of 6 from deep. I just saw a little bit more pressure, but the legs were there. And as you can see, that last play, backing down, taking blinds. People say, hey, that's what he's still doing. Well, he also told Mike Fidel in the post-game walkout. He said, these guys left. Yeah, he felt fresh. And it was the first time he had felt that. It seemed like, or at least he had implied that was the case for the first time this season. So, good stuff from LeBron for sure. If there's any chance of smoking, Thunder, take out the Jazz, with SGA. But to start the game smoking out here. Thunder had 11 threes in the first quarter. That's any quarter of franchise history. Any team that quarter this season. And the Thunder just getting warmed up. It's becoming down. They're still in the second quarter here. J down. Finds check. For the dunk. You got that 25 and 8. A minute later, Mason Wallace throws it up. Here it comes. Oh, Thunder so hot, they're causing smoke off the stanchion, literally. Here it comes. Oh, Thunder so hot, they're causing smoke off the stanchion, literally. Holmgren with 25-9.
Oh,
Thunder, go on, soccer. Just keep going.
The Jazz by 1 o'clock. Thunder may be even better than last year. They're 4 games better than they were through 24 games last season, and are outscoring teams by 4 more points per game, which is pretty impressive since they set the all-time single-season point differential record last year. And the Thunder are scoring 5.4 more points for 100 possessions than the volunteer 23. Start in the game of season. And one more weekend, the 73-win Falcons start as the Bulls is their loss during Speaking of the Dogs, both checking on Golden State's weekend. Warriors visiting the Cavs at Spencer, which is just their start. Who's not Spencer maybe? For those who don't know, great story. Then he was picked between that team in the PLL, the Premier Lacrosse League, all-time Division I assist leader during his 4 years at Loyola University, and an award-winning, Heisman Trophy-winning, basically. It's called the Tawaratton Trophy, which is like the Heisman for lacrosse. Fast forward, Spencer, catch and shoot here. Nice ball movement. He drains the 3. I mean, shoot the ball, no matter what sport it is.
yeah, he can.
Anywhere 61, probably the first NBA.
Now he seals the game with a free throw. Spencer waving goodbye after that to the Cavs crowd. Wow. Steve Kerr after the game.
I think the other thing is that his coach realized that Pat is, I think that's that became clear. Sorry. Am I allowed to say that?
Yes, you did, Steve. Hey, Jimmy Butler made his return from injury versus his former team, the Bulls. Pat Spencer got his second career start. Spencer starting in place of Kuminga. Spencer on the drive. Fade away. Ooh, nice jumper.
Get that jersey in the store.
Wow. Fourth quarter was Jimmy time. Gets the easy lay in there. Next possession down. Jimmy. From 3.
That does not exist in the Windy City.
Warriors win. Here's Steve Kerr on the Jonathan Kuminga.
Just got to keep going, just like everybody else who's in this position. And it happens to everybody, pretty much, other than the stars. You guys can imitate rotation, depending on who's available, how the team's
In the corner now. She doesn't want to stay there.
He's not exactly what we're rating for this. For easy stuff, so we want a quick computer. My couple of takes to make the favorites. Start to the place to work. That's what he has. Hey, something about it's like that with me that's saying all the right things. He's okay. You can see it in his eyes. He's trying to be professional. It's still several weeks ago before he's out there to be traded. And it's just started out so well. We averaged 15 points in 7 rebounds the first 12 games. And we got hurt because our job season after he came back from injury. This doesn't mess well with the Warriors. Obviously, it's going to be a couple of weeks until he's actually being traded, but I know he's talking to my team. I'm still interested. He knocked out before the first, but I don't think that first would be enough anymore. But now, to me, is at a number of $24 million where, perhaps they can get a better player, or they're going to have to get a bigger name player rather than before. Because of that number, so that's how we'll have to work. Bobby, where is his trade value now compared to over the summer?
Yeah, I mean, it's still mixed. There's a fact that teams that really like him just based on his athleticism, upside, and as far as filling the need from his potential big wing here. I think it's going to be interesting to monitor. He's eligible to be traded starting on January 15th. His contract values around $22.5 million. I think the big question for me is what happens if there's a deal not of the Warriors liking. If they don't make a trade by February 5th deadline, he's still on this roster. That's that. What is going to be the internal dynamics of it? He's saying the right things right now. 2 months from now, he's still on this Golden State roster, and his role is still the same. See, that's the thing. The balls, you know, you don't see that kind of back there. You obviously have no curry, no green, like, and it's super bigger. I hear you to a point you are professional, but then you get to a place where you get professional and you say, this is not what's going on, and we do it all just looking and watching because there was a point last season when they were trying to say, well, you needed the productivity of that you know, it's interesting hearing Steve Clay talk, and this is a word roster that has been taken on the road with the Olympics here. You're putting out the players that you think are the best that can help you win games. But him talking that Barnes make it sound like they're Jonathan Kuminga's rookie season. This is a guy that's been on your roster already for, you know, for 4 seasons. This has been an ongoing battle for the last 2 or 3, 4 sure.
This is still anybody's match at this point.
One of the main reasons why it's so silly to talk about things like what he's going to get the last shot with when you're talking about multiple stars, that sort of thing tends to naturally itself out in U.S. sport basketball. Who's the best winner? Who's got the best defensive bench line? How are they defending? The Lakers were trying to play the East House in the third quarter. The Sixers were defending it in a way that was forcing LeBron to beat them on rolls, on pops, spacing from the wing when Akers rolled. Then, when Austin and Luka did get looks for themselves, they were missing because they were without room. So things naturally lended themselves to LeBron being scoring down the stretch. And that's the one.
And what if you're reading
Will this be enough? She gets the shot. Now it's
Thanksgiving. Two-thirds of the season, and winning it usually, which is
this environment is crazy right now. I lost my place in the entry, but there's still tons of fight left. British Bulldog is on the park in this one. It's
to make me believe so
he doesn't get the three. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. No one
everything's going wrong for them.
Breaker defiantly getting his shoulder up in time. And Becky Lynch is nothing if not a thinking woman's competitor. Surely she's already thinking about her next steps. Ethan even more determined now than ever. He might just be stalling for time here. Time to run the gauntlet, and Brunson looks ready. Jalen taking a step back and measuring his opponent. This could do it! He kicks out before the count starts.
I can't believe the ref didn't even get to one. Better watch your step now. She's getting all sorts of fire. Think so.
Look who's entering the gauntlet.
Grayson Waller's ready to take this whole thing. Calculating the next move here. Galen making a lot of wood from his opponent tonight.
The Chiefs.
Big boots. And Anton's got some hang time.
And the Chargers.
Here's a cover.
So what do the Chiefs do?
She kicks out with force.
This is going to be a 11-4. Here with the losses is going to be. You don't take a room over the other.
It's Bruce Creed entering the Gauntlet. She looks like she's struggling for air here. Focused attacks to her. Takedown gets them out of danger.
Sir, if you want to make this the Chiefs better this year has dealt with more adversity than it means.
Nova, why the fuck you bring that shit upstairs?
He's taking some serious hits and somehow he's still in this. I think he managed that kick out on pure instinct alone.
And RVD searching for an explanation that just won't come. He wants to know how they didn't produce it. He wants to know what he has to do to finish this. Turns it
She's more than ready.
This year, the Chiefs against good teams. I think the Chiefs are in dire shape. I said 3 weeks ago that they needed to get their wins,
Looking as locked in as ever. I think
basically two things. One is the Chiefs can get the
toss back into the ring. Colliding with a barricade.
And I think that we can be very regardless about the way the goal players right now. We're going to do it tomorrow and the cup. And we're starting to go with the Chiefs. So it's like, wait a minute. The dead in the water Chiefs would be a game away from being 7-6, and the Chargers having this magical season, or 7-7, pardon me, from being 8-6. Be a little nervous. That's all I'm saying.
Danny,
I'll be a little nervous.
If you got
You can play Game Boy games on your iPhone? That's right. Apple has removed its ban on emulators in the Apple App Store. And you can download emulators such as this one called Gauntlet. As long as you have the proper ROMs, you can play any game on Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, N64, and even Nintendo DS in existence on this app. This is the sequel to the popular GBA for iOS app from many years ago. And it's even made by the same developer. This app was available in the past, but required you to be sideloaded or jailbroken in order to work. Comment down below what games you'll be playing on your iPhone now, and follow for more tech tips like these.
If you're looking for stylish gifting ideas for a guy this season, I did the digging for you. Holiday gifts you'll actually want. Here are my top picks at Fiore for under $100. If you spend $250 or more, you'll receive a free Fiore tote while supplies last. First up, we have the Cypress Logo Crew. This one's a personal favorite, very cozy and soft. The short sleeve heavyweight cotton tee, this one feels as good as it looks. Made from 100% organic cotton. And of course, the Meta Short. Great for work, travel, and everything in between.
So LA Knight loses to Gunther in the last time is now tournament finals. He is not going to face John Cena. Gunther is going to have that distinct honor, and potentially Gunther is going to make John Cena tap out, pass out. You never know. We'll find out soon. But the big question I have, not only about LA Knight, but also a couple of other superstars on the roster right now. What's next? What do you do next with certain superstars? Video idea came to me as I just thought about LA Knight losing. And I really did enjoy their matchup, Gunther and Knight on SmackDown. I thought it was one of LA Knight's better performances. He's not a 5-star match classic kind of guy. And that also is to give credit to Gunther, because along this whole tournament, he's had really great matches, in my opinion. But Knight is done. And we have Saturday night's main event, which is shaping up right now to have like 3 matches. The Cena finals, Bayley is going to have a match with Sol Ruka. And then you have Obafemi challenging Cody Rhodes, which I'm very intrigued about. Then we have to wait until the Royal Rumble in the new year. So what do you do with an LA Knight? What is his story? What do you think is the best move to get him to almost WrestleMania? Right now, he feels lost. And when you back up a couple of weeks, his main focus has been just this tournament. His entire storyline that he was involved in when it comes to CM Punk and getting the World Heavyweight Championship, the Vision, dealing with them for several months, like half a year. All of that seems to be gone. And then he entered into the tournament. That has been his focus. Now he's lost in the tournament finals. So what's he going to do? Is he going to get just a random opponent on SmackDown, on Raw? Is he going to be on main event and start showing up there? Can they find something intriguing? And I think that's part of the problem here with someone like LA Knight is his character feels stuck. I think one thing you can do is turn him heel. Have LA Knight become frustrated. Get him just angry that the crowd has, yes, been behind him.
Yeah, but that's typical shit.
For him, they with him, but it's not enough. He's losing matches constantly. He's not getting TV time. He can play into all of that if WWE would let them and create the LA Knight Eli Drake character.
Doesn't make any sense, bro.
LA Knight has a chip on his shoulder. It always feels that way, anyways, at least to me. That he's always kind of from underneath. He can't quite get the job done. In some cases, he does go on a good run, and he's highly entertaining, but it feels like now is the time to make a change. If he stays in this current position as a babyface and doing what he's doing, I do feel like it's not enough. Because I don't know of any other bad guys you could throw at LA Knight that makes sense. Does he fight Solo again and the MFTs? Does he get involved with the Wyatts? They're kind of good guys now, and they're doing their whole story. Do you have him fight Aleister Black? Do you have him just go and get involved in the U.S. title with Ilya and try to put on just a banger match? But those are like one-off matches. And again, 2 baby faces. I think that's part of what I feel is missing for about a year. The last personal but it feels to me like that is part of what is missing. He doesn't have a big adversary. Somebody that you can praise into and you can learn all of these. I did a lot of good stuff, including the good match, and having us showing up a little bit house and things cool. It all it was entertaining, and it was at least a very straightforward story. To me, the totally got the feel. And then it opens the door for whoever's people. Everything that was WWE, that is really the problem is that there are so many baby faces. And the heel, there's not a lot of very top. It's kind of Drew McIntyre and the Vision. That's it. I know there are other heels on the card, but there's so much sort of, and everybody at the top being baby faces, it's a lot of we coexist and big hands and us have respect. These guys that beat down, he's a big daddy and he's still on night, or he's the only night to try on a super over baby face. It's a snap and go full LA Knight with that. What about somebody else?
like at Jay's, Jay, I feel like is an interesting spot because if you listen to him in a lot, there's an interesting Jay, not with the nothing else, but he's very much this kind of, people are having Jay, what that's the one, I keep saying this, that is that kind of work for himself, and there's nothing wrong with that, it's not something that I don't enjoy the beating and the run the back and all of that stuff. That doesn't speak to me. But I see the people in the family and I don't even make and that's one thing that I think we need to see today, unless the next day is a great match for the next 2 months going to the rest of the year. Now he's gone through this wall, and I feel like the fall in the Survivor Series was the big wall. And you kind of had to get holdings over it and get the reset button with a couple of players. Maybe one. It's smashing him on wall because he lost the whole. I want them to really explore this stuff because they think they choose this for weeks and months of starting with going and listening to the driver's seat. Others not enough, so they're going as long as they need to have a lot of it. They don't bring it. And Jerry getting crazy around, flexing out just to use themselves is something that fans can do for. Not necessarily very much of it to do, but there is a every Jerry and everybody thinks this way, rather than just being really unique from babyface. I'm very stick with what he can do. He needs to find that. But he needs to. So that he can be brought down further and further. So he can eventually if you make a mistake or you've got different people in the seat, you can see the character change. You want somebody that is struggling internally. Especially if make mistakes and there be consequences to stuff. And this could be great because they could get out of the way from scene, especially because they're going to the video, and they keep slipping that little title in the city, and at least they can tell personal stories to great. Now, what's the WrestleMania? And we were going to who's next and what could possibly main events for WrestleMania could be. Is Ron Breaker versus CM Punk in a real fight. And keep in mind time with CM Punk. Is that the right move for WrestleMania? Is Braun Breaker going to because again, because kind of a piece of the video was wrestling.
No slowing the boogeyman down now as he makes his entrance in this gauntlet match.
There's an interesting kind of split with the honest. I can kind of hear it. And people saying, this is great, I love Braun Breaker's promo. And then you see many types of people that are just like, hey, we did that kind of stupid. It didn't do anything for me. I'm not really thinking about it. I thought it was too late. I thought it was Braun Breaker. So people do, what's next with Braun Breaker? You have a long time to go through a world company. And I think we're going to want to position Braun Breaker as somebody that is going to base his perspective. So we stand out in the way. That's where I go through and doing good. I think you need Breaker to really start number one. As you go on the way to the ground, it kind of solidifies it. Really fast. It's one that you could have really stop a promo. You know that they're just going to take something January and stop. Hold it for 2 backflips. It's going to be there. Something goes on. That's going to hinder what's going to happen. Push you over the back. Stop in the front of the minute. And then stay on the back and minute. But I still think that if you go to the news at that time, the time is now. So it's
back into the ring from the floor now.
You get the week and still do 6 and Raw. You can see this title match that's going to happen in January. It doesn't feel like these are very kind of gaps. And if you can see them playing with the way that they're champion, what is next? Because any other one that's just the fun. And Punk versus Reigns and WrestleMania. I think that is fucking about we have a game in December, but then the Reigns beats Royal Rumble, and you can see on Punk and goes to work for the championship. Maybe not. Some people pointed out that Roman's talking about Roman Reigns as a green tag. I don't see Roman really carrying it ever. Other than they're trying to solidify CM Punk, even But he's going into WrestleMania. It is a WrestleMania match. Very impressive. So maybe not going like TV. I don't see them in that. I don't see the world title on it, but it's not really a whole thing. And I think you need champions on TV regularly. Since Brock Lesnar is going to be defending the top of the UFC and the WWE title. It's not defending that title on TV. But you know what I mean? If you're waiting on the seat and go back to Roman, keep Roman the world player, I feel like the frequency is kind of what has to stay down. But the only reason I'm going in is Roman's Reigns. When you do that, it's not really what's next for Roman's Reigns. When you're driving that third road, I guess they teased it on Roman's, the three of them talking at the very end. I feel like it's too soon. You know the same as Reigns, is only that it's not shortened. But you see it twice, and you see it recently. It gets into the neighborhood of get down to the neighborhood. Maybe it's not going to be too much time. But I'm going to do it terribly, and the killer is really not happening. Maybe you're waiting. The killer runs and killer is just
Exactly. So you're just complaining about, nigga. You already skipped the WrestleMania.
He breaks the ref's count before two. Somehow still in this fight. Not down and out yet. See the herd starting to thin out a bit. This one's far from over though. This is locked into and he fights it
Flip-flops.